We have so much huge Roblox news today. Roblox making Robux cheaper, everyone hates Roblox for this big change, crazy new updates, and much more. So if you're new, please subscribe. This is the most jam-packed video I've made in a while, so stay tuned. And firstly, let's start with Roblox kinda making Robux cheaper / giving free Robux. You'll see what I mean. So recently, out of nowhere, Roblox started giving people an offer to actually get more Robux now when buying Robux. The Brazilian artist here tweeted out saying that, news, Roblox is running a promotion. All Roblox packages for sale on their website is now giving 20% more Robux, and they also say that they don't know how long the promotion will last. And this one's kind of weird, because from what I've seen, it's kind of just random who has it. Like we've seen in the past where Roblox does this offer for devices or regions, and for this one I think it's region-based and device-based, because I'm pretty sure you can only get it on desktop for a specific region. And from what I've seen, it's kind of like a bunch of random regions, or maybe just around like the Brazilian region, I'm not too sure, but right now you should probably go check your Robux, because they're giving a lot of people a lot more Robux now when buying for free, which is a pretty insane offer, you know? 20% is actually a lot when you think about it. And keep in mind, it's not like a premium deal or anything like that, it's just for anyone who has this promotion. I checked it and I don't have the promotion, but I remember I had it before in the past, so it seems like they're just doing it to random regions, so you might as well go check. And it's actually a lot. Like obviously for the smaller options it's not insane, but for the bigger options, like as you can see in the last image, the 22,000 option gives you 27,000 now in buying, you know? It's pretty significant and a pretty good update and change for Roblox, because over these past few months everything's been getting more expensive, so it's good that they're offering people, you know, some more Robux. Pretty good for them, but you should go check your promotions, because you might get some free Robux. And anyways, that being said, our next story of some pretty big drama going on Roblox, and everyone's kind of angry at Roblox for this. So I'm sure you guys are all aware, over this past week or so, Roblox has opened up the Roblox Innovation Awards voting, and it's been complete chaos. There's been so much drama with the voting, and it's just been non-stop drama. Every category there's been drama. There's been drama between developers, people being angry at Roblox, and also been a lot of confusion, because midway through like the voting, there was like a talk that apparently the voting didn't even matter, and that it was just for fun, and then some people were saying the voting didn't matter. It was overall such a big mess, so much confusion, so much drama, and finally after all of that, the voting's ended. That voting hub is closed. I don't think there's gonna be any more daily voting. It's done now. And Roblox tweeted out saying, "Congrats to all the winners of our genre categories, and thank you to everyone who voted. Tuning to see more winners revealed at RDC 2024 on September 7th. And yeah, as we can see here, that confusion I guess is now gone because we got our answers. So the voting was actually the winners, which makes it more worse, and that's kind of everyone's angry. So already off the bat, this is already messed up just because, I mean, number one, a lot of people are already upset because they're saying, you know, you ruined the hype for like 90% of the winners because you did so much categories. Like we already know most of the winners now, which is already kind of weird. But then also with that being said, another big drama part of the Bloxy Awards this year was just that a lot of games are buying votes. They would tell their audience like, oh, if you vote for us, you get free prizes, you get a new update and stuff like that. And then obviously everyone voted for that game, and then they end up winning. And now it's confirmed that these are the actual winners. A lot of people are getting even mad at Roblox for doing this whole system because, for example, people like this are saying, so these were the actual winners, why is Roblox allowing all this? I can count so many games that bought votes, they're not deserving of the win. So yeah, a lot of people think it's completely unfair this year because a lot of people just ended up buying votes and, you know, giving people free items and stuff like that. And in general, this has been the most drama-filled and just completely messed up event, I feel like. The Bloxy Awards is always so much fun, and I feel like usually not that controversial and not that much drama, but this year it was just complete mess. And this all made it worse, you know, revealing these are the actual winners. In general though, I mean, there are going to be more voting and awards that we don't know of that we have to wait for, but I feel like this event already kind of got ruined, and everyone's going to angry at Roblox for it. And anyways, with that being said, our next story of a huge new Roblox update that they're finally adding. People have been wanting this update for literally years, and it's finally here. Bloxy is here to saying that soon all users who enter the incorrect age when creating a Roblox account will now be allowed to correct their birthday and change their age. Depending on the age you previously entered, they may need a parental consent or ID verification in order to complete their birthday. So yeah, this is very good and also very insane. Because back in the day for Roblox, a lot of people would just put some dumb age, because it didn't really matter back then. It didn't matter if you're 1 year old or like 20 years old, you know? But then, over these past few years, Roblox has done a bunch of stuff for 13 and up accounts, and then a lot of people who entered the wrong age kind of messed up because they had to wait a couple of years for their account to be over 13, you know? It was a big mistake for a lot of people. And a lot of people started complaining to Roblox, being like, oh, I didn't know this age thing was signing up back then, and now my account's ruined because I am 13 and up, but my account's not 13 and up. And there's been a big problem for a while. And finally now, people can finally go ahead and change it and then verify their age and stuff if they want, which is very good from Roblox. I see so much people complain, you know, that their age is wrong, and finally now they have an option to fix it. So in general, very good update from Roblox. It's good that they're finally adding this. We don't know exactly when they're adding it. It does say soon in the tweet, so maybe in the next coming weeks. I don't really know. I guess we have to wait and see. Very good from Roblox though. But anyways, with that being said, let's our next story of everyone hating on Roblox for a pretty horrible update. Typical Roblox, you know, they do one really good thing and then one really bad thing. And this is that really bad thing. And this one's actually pretty horrible. So Lucas here to us saying that official Roblox bundles will now match 175 Robux floor price. So yeah, this is super awful. Every package now will match the floor price, which is now currently 175 Robux, which is insane. If you guys aren't aware, over these past few months, Roblox released dynamic floor prices, meaning that floor prices now fluctuate up and down depending on demand, and this caused so much stuff to be expensive. Like last week hats hit a high of 105 minimum, and in general everything got way more expensive. And the one kind of good thing left was that packages didn't have that floor price rule, but now they do. I don't know if it follows the dynamic floor price rule, but they now have a super high floor price as we can see, and every single package now, no matter what it is 175 Robux, which is super awful. And it gets worse because on top of all that, they also said this. Official dynamic heads as well at 75 Robux minimum. Classic phase are currently unchanged. So yeah, literally everything's getting more expensive. People are already complaining so much to Roblox that everything's too expensive, and their response was making everything else more expensive, you know? Such a horrible update. And now because of this, so much packages, heads, and iconic items are gone from super cheap to super expensive. Like one of the most iconic ones being Roblox Scene 2.0. A classic iconic package that I think was like what, 15 Robux or something like that, is now 175 minimum, which is super awful. And in general, over these past few weeks or months, ever since the update rolled out, Roblox have been super greedy, and they're only getting greedier. It seems like everything just keeps getting more expensive and more expensive. It's genuinely awful to see. Because also with that being said, speaking of which, let's get to our next story of Roblox making stuff more expensive yet again. They literally keep doing this. It's actually awful to see. Builder Noob once again tweeted out all the changes, saying hats decreased by 10 Robux, shoulders decreased by 10 Robux, jackets, sweaters, shorts by 10, and then hairs, faces, pants, dresses, all by 10, and t-shirts by 5. So yeah, some stuff got a little bit cheaper, which is normal, but once again, stuff keeps going up, and it's going to keep happening. Roblox has no plans, it seems like, of removing this dynamic update, so we have to just keep up with it. Everything's going to keep getting more expensive, sometimes cheaper, but for the most part, more expensive. And the worst part is it sounds good when you say stuff decreased by 10 Robux. However, when you look at the prices, it doesn't even matter because they only decreased because the price got so high. Like, look at the image he provided. Hats decreased by 10 Robux, yes, but it was because hats were 105 Robux, you know? And everything's like a minimum of like 60 and above now. It's actually insane. And in general, with that being said, everything on Roblox is getting more expensive, and it's going to constantly getting more expensive. And then on top of that, they added that thing that I mentioned last time, where the packages are now expensive too, and the dynamic heads. Literally everything on Roblox is so expensive now, and you're probably gonna have to end up spending so much more money now if you want a proper avatar. Super awful from Roblox, and it's only getting worse, it seems like. But anyways, with that being said, let's get our next story of something weird Roblox did recently, and Roblox actually changed the rules. So Blox is here to us saying that this fall, Roblox will be making a few changes to experience guidelines. Experience guidelines will be renamed to content labels, which will be determined by the type of content users can expect in an experience. So basically that whole age rating system they're changing up, and the changes are actually a bit interesting. So all ages can contain mild violence and unrealistic blood, which is pretty crazy. I think before this was 13 and up or something like that, but they're saying that all ages can now have this, which is interesting. But I guess that means stuff like Piggy, I guess, because Piggy is, you know, it's not like that bad of a game, but it technically is violence, for example. So I think that's why they're saying it, because stuff like that is obviously for all ages. But then they say 9+, may contain repeated mild violence, so more violent stuff, heavy unrealistic blood, mild crude humor, and mild fear. So just a little bit more blood and stuff like that, I guess, and more violence for 9 and up. And then 13 and up is now moderate violence, light realistic blood, moderate crude humor, unplayable gambling content, and more. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I've seen a lot of people also say that maybe this might cause games like Pet Simulator X to go 13 and up, because technically that is just unplayable gambling content. I guess you have to wait and see though. And then 17 and up is strong violence, heavy realistic blood, romantic themes, unplayable gambling content, alcohol, strong language, and more, which we knew about for a while. And I think for the most part that's exactly the same thing, but in general some interesting new changes. However, as it being the Roblox community, this caused some more drama because some people are saying stuff like strange or unrealistic blood is in the minimal/mild categories. Meanwhile, if you make any rolls you receive with blood, no matter how mild, we get harshly punished, which is interesting. That is actually kind of weird from Roblox, that they say that, oh, you can use unrealistic blood and have some unrealistic violence, you know, in your games for all ages. However, right when a UC creator makes a little bit of blood, Roblox goes all insane and starts banning them, deleting the items, stuff like that. It is kind of messed up from Roblox, and a lot of people are angry at them now once again, because they're saying, you know, you're letting games off the hook so easily. But items are so strict. But anyways, with that being said, our next story of Roblox completely broke the other day. So yesterday Roblox went fully down, the website was completely broken, and it was a major mess. However, this time it completely broke the entire website. It wasn't just down and unplayable, literally like aspects of Roblox broke. You'll see what I mean. Like, for example, one of the biggest things that happened was, for a little bit, I don't know what happened, but every single like art on Roblox and icon on Roblox completely broke, and they were all gone, which was actually pretty crazy to see, because if you logged onto Roblox, you'll see stuff like this where every single game would look like the default place. Also, with that being said though, I feel like in general over this past like month or so, Roblox has kind of lost their streak of not going down that often. If you guys aren't aware, like a couple of months ago, Roblox had a pretty good streak. They wouldn't even go down that often, and they actually kind of kept their servers up. I don't know what they changed or like what the deal was, but we've literally seen, you know, games hit like 1 million players and Roblox was stable. And then like a few weeks ago, it was like a major outage, and everyone's like, oh, you know, it's fine. Their first major outage in a while. But then ever since that point, it just kept going down again and again and again. And I don't know what happened to Roblox servers. We obviously knew Roblox servers were awful, but then for a short period of time, they were really good and they were actually holding up. And then now it's back to horrible again. I don't know what went wrong or like what the deal was, but we're back to Roblox servers being awful, and it crashes like every week or two now, which is pretty awful to see that we're back in that cycle, but crazy to see that it completely broke yesterday. But anyways, with that being said, our next story of people being angry at Roblox yet again because they did something kind of weird. So Cole here tweeted out saying, a popular developer, disappointed in Roblox right now. How much millions of USD does this cost? Will Lives to be an option for every developer willing to pay? Or maybe just put them on 1-4 top picks instead of every single one. So yeah, as we can see here, Roblox is kind of favoring a brand yet again, and I think SpongeBob joined Roblox through like a game, and instead of, you know, just SpongeBob promoting their game through a sponsored experience and stuff like that, Roblox like gets paid the money for a whole section, and it literally says SpongeBob's 25th anniversary, and then in like tiny text sponsored, and then they show their entire game with a bunch of icons, stuff like that, which is a lot of people are saying pretty messed up. And in general, everyone's kind of angry at Roblox right now just because they're kind of once again falling into a cycle of favoring brands over players and developers, and everyone's kind of angry at them for doing this yet again because it is completely unfair. You know, most developers, all they can do is pay money to get in sponsor tab. You know, that's normal. That's what this person or this company should have done. However, they pay Roblox a little bit more money, I guess, and they get the entire section. An entire section dedicated to them, which is pretty messed up from Roblox, can't even lie. But anyways, that being said, our next story of Roblox launching a new game, kind of. By new game, I mean new Roblox game, and it's very, very weird what they did. So Blox News here tweeted out saying that today, Roblox is releasing the Avatar Lab preview, an experimental experience that allows users to create custom avatars from an image. During this initial test, you can only select from the preset thumbnail images to create an avatar. Give it a try. So yeah, this is the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen from Roblox in a while. This is the first screenshot, and as we can see here, they say choose your initial features, and you can choose any of these realistic kind of looking faces, and you can say give it bright blue eyes and stuff like that, and then it makes it, I guess, using AI on the right here, and then it makes you like this realistic avatar. I like, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a while. This is super weird from Roblox. I thought we were past the whole realistic avatar thing, but I guess not. And in general, with that being said, Roblox recently released a super weird new AI technology thing where you can make realistic avatars using their AI models. It's the weirdest thing, and I feel like it's kind of sad to see Roblox go down this direction again. I feel like Roblox was kind of getting close to not being as corporate anymore and kind of, you know, doing what the community wants. But with the recent changes, and I feel like overall with the state of Roblox, they're kind of going back into that corporate, you know, route where they're trying to appeal to investors, you know, doing AI stuff, doing realistic avatars, stuff that literally no one cares about, let's be real. But Roblox keeps doing them, and Roblox keeps adding them, and once again, they kind of add this really weird game where you can make AI realistic avatars, you know, like who wanted that? No one really wanted that. But anyways, with that basis, our next story of a very weird roles change once again, and I don't really know why they're doing this, but I mean, they did it. Blox News here to us saying that the roles login requirement for Guilded goes into effect tomorrow. If you choose not to connect with Roblox, you'll no longer be able to log in and access your Guilded account. You can restore access if you choose to connect and claim at a later date at the login screen. So if you're kind of confused what this means, basically number one, if you're wondering what Guilded is like a thing that Roblox owns. It's essentially a Discord clone. No one really cares about it, I'm not gonna lie. It just seems kind of useless, but since it's so like synonymous with Roblox, Roblox has been trying for this past few months trying to make it super connected to Roblox, you know. They've added some Roblox stuff into it, and now they're making it so you have to, you know, like link your account with Guilded, like your Roblox account with Guilded, and if not, your account's done, which is crazy. Now they want every single Gilded person to have a Roblox linked account, which is crazy. Gilded for a while, I feel like was trying to be its own thing and not just a Roblox thing. And I guess it was kind of good because some people probably don't even know Roblox from it. But now they're making it completely just a Roblox thing, and you have to have roles connected with it. Super stupid and dumb decision, I can't even lie, from them. And I feel like it just kind of ruined Gilded. Already people didn't care, but now people are gonna care less, you know what I mean? And if you enjoyed, check this video to find out some more news, and I'll see you in the next one.